Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Luigi's Mansion. Previously, we beat the entire game, and I gave you an explanation to why I missed one of the gold diamonds. Call it fool's gold at this point. But today, we're just going to be going over the gallery and differences between the NTSC version of the game and the PAL version. But first and foremost, we're going to be going through some little Easter eggs like you can see in the beginning. I think most people have seen this, or you've already been watching it so far. One of them is in the file selection, welcome to your mansion. Wait a bit, and then it just says, welcome to our mansion. It's really cool. And there's actually two more. You can erase the files. Do you really want to erase these files? You can erase the files, but not the fear. It's pretty cool, like flavor text. Also, if we go to the same file, and we just, I don't know, go to the gallery and mash the start button. You can quit. Do you want to quit? You'll be back. And we'll be waiting. As I said, pretty good flavor text. So, not much. But now it's time to go for the actual part of the episode, which is this. Good old Galleria. So, first and foremost, we're gonna be looking at our mansion right here. Previously, we showed what the NTSC was for getting each of the ranks. But starting now, I'm gonna show how to get each of the ranks in NTSC, PAL, and 3DS, and their photos. So, just keep an eye on that. And they all have their own little interesting pictures as well. But I will say this, PAL version and 3DS version, they are super hard to get the ultimate ranks or the highest ranks in the game. So just deal with that. And you'll be fine. But they added a new rank as well into Luigi's Mansion 3DS remake, which is the S rank. Same thing as before with A rank on PAL. It's hard to get normally in the normal mansion. You're only supposed to get it in Hidden Mansion. So that's also another extra added detail for anyone who plays the remake. Whew. All right. Now, I feel like we have done every mansion detail. But now we're going to go through each of the portrait ghosts in the game and just show their rankings, and not by the little poster frames, by their pictures that show up. I'm going to be showing every single bronze, silver, and gold from the NTSC release. And under where the picture is, I'm also going to be putting in the bronze, gold, the bronze, silver, gold, and platinum pictures from the 3DS remake. They made new art for each of these ghosts. So, it's very fun. Am I going to label these? I should. But I don't think anyone likes text clutter on the screen. So, I don't know. Editing me has to figure this out. Recording me does not have to worry about anything. So, I will say how to get each of these rankings, but after we look at each of the ghosts, we are going to be showing, or we're going to be talking about how to get the ranks in the game in general. So, other than that, this game has been a very fun experience for myself because I did not expect to get very bad luck within the final boss of the game. Also, for a little caveat of what has happened previously, I'm just gonna say that this episode is my third, or this recording is my third recording for this video because of two reasons. One, previously, when I recorded this for the first time, everything was already recorded in advance. So all the stuff for the mansion, for Luigi's Mansion, and Mario Party 4 were all recorded, which was really cool. Later down the line, though, my external hard drive where I had all of these things got corrupted. And I did not know if I would have to re-record everything again. So I feel like crap that day. But during that time, through the power of what I used to play video games, I actually got the PAL version of Luigi's Mansion. And me and my brother has actually gone through we got through the entire PAL version of the game through Hidden Mansion. So I can actually have footage to show you the differences between some of the stuff in PAL. It's pretty fun. And if anything, PAL version was, I feel like, the actual Hidden Mansion we deserved in NTSC. To anyone who has played Luigi's Mansion and played Hidden Mansion for the NTSC, we all know that the Hidden Mansion pretty much sucked. It was just the same mansion, but it does more damage. It wasn't when in PAL, and the PAL version of Hidden Mansion is also within the 3DS remake as well. So if you want to play the hard version of the mansion, you can just go play on the Hidden Mansion for 3DS remake. It is a treat. So like it is a treat to do. But I don't know. So just do the do. It's much more easier to show with some of the clips that I have here than saying it out loud. But I don't have any 3DS recording because I still don't own a 3DS capture card. With 3DS modding, you can make it work. But the only problem with 3DS recording through custom firmware is that there's no audio. You have to connect the audio from the 3DS into a mic jack for it to record it, and sometimes it just doesn't sound well. Also, how the recording is for 3DS custom firmware is that it plays or it records your screen from Wi-Fi. And sometimes Wi-Fi ain't the best thing. Normally it goes like around for 30 frames, but you will see dips and drops if the Wi-Fi is gone to complete and utter shit. But other than that, I'd rather just actually buy a 3DS capture card to play the game and just to show you guys either some stuff for games that I've played before and future LPs. But other than that, this is the last portrait of the game, King Boo and Bowser. So other than that, showing all the specific gallery, I'm just gonna stand right here in the middle of the room and I'm just gonna cut the video and just slide it off screen because we're not gonna need it anymore. So right now, I'm actually gonna go for 2 corrections that I said in the LP, but I'd rather say them now so that there's no text on screen to show my to show corrections, because it's much easier to hear someone say it than read it on screen. So first things first is the correlation between Slim Bank Shot and Henry and Orville, the twins. In the LP, I did bring up that their or how they are in the game is swapped within Luigi's Mansion 3DS remake. Yes, that's still true, but that is only in the Hidden Mansion of the game. In Hidden Mansion, Slim Bank Shot is required, while the twins are not. They're optional. You may be asking why those two are swapped. And it goes into my second point of correction. In the episode for where we catch Madame Clairvoyant, I put every single item that Mario leaves behind on screen for your viewing pleasure. In the game, you have to collect Mario's items. And in the 3DS version of the game, in the Hidden Mansion only for 3DS remake, they are changed. Every single item location is changed. The star still stays in the observatory, but everything else has changed, which is the reason why Slim Bank Shot is required and the twins aren't, because it is very necessary for why Slim is required. With those two corrections out of the way, I'm actually going to start talking into the differences between NTSC and PAL. And yes, I'm going to keep calling the 3DS version the PAL release because it is based on the PAL's version. So, first difference in the game is the rankings for the bosses. Or not the bosses, for the mansion. There's one more rank in 3DS version, which is the S rank. But in PAL, to get A rank, you have to go through Hidden Mansion, collect every single golden mouse or golden mice and Speedy Spirit to grab A rank. You also have to get gold rank in every Portrait Ghost, which is pretty cool. So, other than that, I actually should get into the rankings for each of the Portrait Ghosts. Each Portrait Ghost, as you've seen through the LP, has 3 ranks: bronze, silver, and gold. In NTSC and PAL, they're the same. For gold rank or for bronze rank on a Portrait Ghost, you have to take out more than 20. You have to take out 20 or less HP in a single go. And I do mean a single go, because those things can be overridden. For silver, you have to get them down from 50 or lower, or 50 or higher, 50 to 89, basically, to guarantee a silver rank. For gold rank, it is deplete 90 or more HP in a single go. To figure out if you got a gold rank is that if you get a big pearl. The big pearl only shows up when you have gotten a gold rank. So it's a little visual cue to see that if you've gotten it or not. Other than that, there's also one more rank, which is 3DS exclusive. It's called the Platinum rank. The Platinum rank is only achieved through Hidden Mansion, but I'll explain why when we get to that. To get a Platinum rank in the game, you have to deplete 145 HP. The real number should be on screen. I can't remember off the top of my head. In a single go. Yes, 145 HP. It's good. So, now it's time for the area bosses. And those gold, bronze, silver, gold ranks are also different from the Portrait Ghost. So, bronze rank is that if you finish the fight with 30 or less HP. Silver rank is when you beat the boss within 90 to 80 to 50. So within that range. For gold rank, you can't go lower than 90 HP. But also in 3DS Remake is the same thing for platinum rank. But just don't get hit. The actual health health loss should be on screen. But in general, for bronze rank, you have to do pretty poorly with HP to get bronze. Silver, middle of the road. Gold, don't lose that much. Platinum, just don't get hit. And those are all the rankings for the game. And you can get any rank, and in Hidden Mansion, you can override your previous rank by getting gold in Hidden Mansion. So they do override in the gallery. Other than that, it's time to go for the actual meat and taters of this thing without talking about rankings. First and foremost, the Speedy Spirits. Those are all different in 3DS Remake of the game. On screen should be where every single Speedy Spirit is for the NTC release and the PAL release of the game. And if you're paying attention through the LP, you should also remember where they were as well. In 3DS version, in Hidden Mansion only, you can get these Speedy Spirits in different locations, which is very fun, but very bad if your muscle memory is on point. It is a fun experience, to say the least. Golden Mice don't change, just Speedy Spirits. Next one up are the boos. Boos are different from NTSC to PAL, and they're the same in 3DS Remake. So, I should probably start showing each of the boos to just show what it is. Each of the boos have a different HP value. And it is very, very funny to see some boos in the beginning of the game have absurd HP bars, and boos later in the game having less HP. For a little background on why this is a thing, is that they made some of the boos easier and some harder for Hidden Mansion and PAL. And it's the same in 3DS as I said before. When I actually did the PAL version of the game and recorded it, sometimes I saw those health bars and my mouth was agape for God knows how long. It was funny as fuck. And hopefully you guys have also are seeing the HP values for these boos and are also like agape, because it is very, very funny. Other than that, I should also say that the trick for the ice that we shown in the LP, that you can just hit them with the ice and it'll slow down, also still works in PAL, but the boos, some of them are actually more faster. They move across the board a lot faster. So it's gonna be a lot harder to hit them with an ice than a vacuum. But that's it. Final boos should be showing up, or they have been done. Next is going to be the actual differences between NTSC and PAL. Hidden Mansion has been unlocked. And Hidden Mansion in general is just a harder version of the mansion where you take double damage from every single boss in the game. To figure out if it actually is Hidden Mansion, there's a little star icon in the bottom left. It's very fun, it's very cool, and it does tell you that someone's playing on Hidden Mansion. And you can keep playing Hidden Mansion, and you can just have a bunch of stars in the bottom, like you're an army. But the differences between NTSC, PAL, and 3DS Remake are that the NTSC release is just the normal mansion, but the enemies deal more damage, which is a major reason why most people just don't like Hidden Mansion unless you're just going for an all gold run or you're speedrunning the game, because it's just the same mansion layout, but your vacuum also does more damage to portrait ghosts, ghosts in general, and area bosses, and you take more damage. It's like hero mode, but there's nothing fun to gain out of it. PAL version of Hidden Mansion is different. The areas of the game are a lot darker than normal NTSC version of the game. Ghost spawns are a lot more harder than the NTSC release, which I feel like I should show area 1, the first like area of the game where the portraits are talking to you, so you can see what I mean. I don't know. I think also Blackout Recording should also have some different different ghosts for the telephone room as well. And also, as you keen-eye viewers have seen, PAL version is also flipped. Left is right and right is left. The whole Hidden Mansion is flipped, which is very, very fun to play as if you've grown with the NTSC release, because your muscle memory just tries to screw with you. It is a very fun experience to grow a new muscle memory for the PAL version. And this is the same in 3DS Remake, I think. But here's the difference between PAL version of Hidden Mansion and NTSC release, or and 3DS release of Hidden Mansion. Those two are the same with a light or a dimmer light flipped mansion, but that's it. Stated before, Speedy spirits are all placed in different areas, which is very cool, forcing you to guess where the Speedy spirits are, and your muscle memory for the previous ones are going to be a hindrance now. Next one up, bosses. Portrait ghosts have 1.5 more HP than they should. And that's how you get the platinum rank in the game. Portrait ghosts HP are more plentiful. They're more of a bullet sponge now. With the vacuum being more stronger, it shouldn't feel worse, but getting a platinum rank is really going to be hard. Other than that, it's just the same power release of the game. Oh, I forgot about stated previously with the Madame Clairvoyant's objects, because in PAL release, or in PAL Hidden Mansion, they're the same as NTSC, but in 3DS they're also different. Same thing with Henry and Orville, or Slam Bang Shot and the Twins, as stated previously. So 3DS Hidden Mansion 3DS Remake is a lot more fun and a lot more challenging for anyone who wants to play the game, other than it's on 3DS. And I think that's all for differences between the actual mansion of the game. Now we get into the fun part, the area bosses. So, Chauncey, first area boss. If you guys have seen the LP, and if you guys have actually played Luigi's Mansion yourself, you know that Chauncey's not that big of a deal. He has the rocking horse attack where they just come in from the side and then go straight down towards Luigi. In NTSC, it's just normal. In PAL version, though, the horses move faster, are bigger, and instead of going in a straight line, they they snake towards Luigi, which is very, very funny. Another attack that is different is his flopping around. When he flops around the floor in NTSC, it's just like a normal slow version that is very easy to dodge. In PAL, he literally goes pretty fast. It is astonishing how fast he's going around the board. Some other discrepancy or some other difference that should be shown on the screen as well. But other than that, that's Chauncey. Next one up is Bogmire. The only difference with Bogmire is a time thing. When Bogmire shows up, his shadows also show up and you have to hit him with it. I think in the LP, you saw me miss one shot and I still had enough to go grab another person and shoot him. In NTSC release, or in POW Hidden Mansion, the time he stays up to get hit is drastically reduced. And when I mean drastically, same thing happened. First was shot and missed, but he immediately went down. So you got at best one shot to hit him to drain his HP. It's pretty fun, but more annoying. Next one up is good old Boolossus, the third area boss. Said it before, or seen before, you know that Boolossus, you actually walk around the board to either do the speedrunning tactic or just do the boss normally with Ice and the Unicorn. In PAL version, though, is where it gets fun. Instead of walking around the board, Luigi rides the Poltergust, and you are playing a twin stick shooter in a way. It looks just as bad as it feels. It is very slippery. You move with the stick, you aim with the control stick. So it is very fun. But you get to see Luigi driving a car. There's also a neat little like animation where he hops on. But that's it for Boolossus. It's just you are riding the Poltergust 3000, and that's pretty much it. It's very awkward to control. Next one up is the final one, the final area of the boss. King Boo and Bowser are a lot different. The only difference that is listed within the Mario Wiki is that the fuses for the bombs are a lot shorter, which is actually very easy to tell. You know when a bomb's about to blow up when it keeps constantly flashing. In the recording, you get to see a bomb in the background for when I fight it for the first time, just explodes within the middle of the cutscene. It's very funny, but that's the actual fuse of the bomb. In 3D or in PAL version, it is a lot shorter that if you miss one shot with the bomb, you have to wait for the next time to hit him. It is very hard. But other than that, I feel like that's all the differences of the bosses from NTSC to PAL and 3DS Remake. 3DS Remake has the same things. And it should be stated that the only differences between 3DS Remake and PAL is that the little cutscene to ride the Poltergust is not shown, which is kind of a bummer. But that is all for differences between NTSC and PAL. Anything else should be either added in post, or I probably would have recorded this again for the 4th time. But that is all for this entire video's length. We have done an amazing job cleaning up this mansion, and we have saved our brother. Hopefully, I hope you all have enjoyed Luigi's Mansion as much as I have been recording and editing it through the progression of Speedy Spirits and Golden Mice. Other than that, thank you all for coming over to watch this final part of Luigi's Mansion. Hopefully, I can get a 3DS capture card so I can actually record myself doing Luigi's Mansion 3DS remake to show the differences of the game just posted here. So other than that, thank you all for watching this video.